Welcome back. You're tuned in to Closing Bell, and we are coming to you live from the CNBC-TV18 Motilal Oswal newsroom. Well, the markets, from the broader markets, in fact, there are things that are under pressure, but the headline index is pretty much okay. It's down only around 30 points odd. Good time to get in. Nimesh, today the banks are doing a relative outperformance. At least that index is trading in the green from the headline indices. But there is some pain pockets in the broader markets. How are flows?
So flows are positive. In fact, while the markets are consolidating, yesterday it was a positive bias. Today it looks like a bit of a negative bias. But unlike yesterday when I said, there are sell flows, today it looks like there is a bit of buying as well. And within that, there's going to be a small MOC basket as well in the last 30 minutes of trade. So maybe you'll have some impact on some individual names. But as you rightly pointed out, it's the banks which are doing good today. But even within banks, it's the PSU banks which have done well today. Both the FNO PSUs as well as the cash PSU stocks have done really well. And some of them are well bid as well. On the other side, a big of drag coming in from the NBFCs. You saw what happened to IIFL Finance today, locked at 20% down socket. And I understand there are more than 2 crore shares outstanding for selling, right? So that's the kind of selling which is there in IIFL Finance. And that actually had a bit of drag on the other NBFCs as well. The top 4-5 losers are part of the NBFC. So that's one space which is under a bit of pain today. Even the select IT names are under pressure. We saw a big downgrade coming in from CLSA, and that's having a bit of an impact on the overall IT stocks as well. But again, the big theme seems to be the PSUs. And within PSUs, the rotation continues. So we saw big moves in power PSUs. Today is a day for the PSU bank stocks to do well. So that space is doing good. But some bit of pressure is clearly visible in the broader markets. But unlike yesterday, the flows are marginally positive, is my sense.
Okay, all right. And Nimesh, at the start of the show, Surbhi said that at least we are sure that the cheese we're getting in our burgers is proper cheese. So for the time being, at least Westlife, that's one stock I'm looking at. It's moved to the high point of the day. But what else is on your list?
Well, Nigel, so a couple of stocks which are part of my list is where there are going to be large block deals very soon. So the first name is Samvardhana Motherson. The stock is at day's high today, but again, for the last couple of days, there was a very strong indication that a large block will come. The strategic investor is going to be a likely seller there, so maybe there could be a clean-out trade as well. So that's something to track in Samvardhana. The second big block expected is in Zomato as well. I said this a couple of days back as well that the lockup period has ended for the strategic investor, so maybe a large block is expected in Zomato as well. So that's something to track. The second name is NMDC. Within the within the PSU names, this is one stock which is well bid by large institutions. So expect high delivery volumes, and there is a lot of buying interest in NMDC as well as in NTPC. But NMDC stands out in terms of volumes today. The third name is Union Bank. I spoke about the PSU banks being well bid. Union Bank stands out, so big volumes on that stock and well bid as well from larger FIs. So expect very high delivery volumes in Union Bank as well in today's trade. And the last one is KPITTech. Within the IT names, KPITTech stands out largely on back of sell flow. So there is some selling pressure. Looks like some larger FI seems to be on an exit mode in KPITTech, and expect even there very large volumes today.
Right. Interesting list as always, Nimesh. RBL Bank we were discussing earlier.
Yeah.
RBL is down 7% now. I mean, that's a very sharp cut coming through. Are you picking up anything here?
Well, Prashant, couple of things. So there is a lot of chatter about a large block deal in RBL very soon. I spoke to some large holders as well, including the company as well, and doesn't look like there's going to be a large block deal very soon. So maybe there could be some rumors because of which the stock is under pressure today. But I was just looking at the shareholding pattern. If you look at the large holders of RBL Bank, the biggest holder with a 9.9% stake is Bain Capital. Now that's the rumor that maybe Bain would be a large seller, and hence the stock is under pressure today. But at least the feedback that I've picked up from my sources doesn't indicate that there could be a large block deal, or maybe a Bain is a seller there. If you look at other large holders, there is one mutual fund who owns close to 4.5% stake. There is M&M who owns close to 3.5% stake, and there are a couple of larger FIs as well. The only challenge, Prashant, is if this large block has to come in RBL Bank, which is 9.9%, none of these larger guys can participate beyond 5%, right? So, the largest mutual fund who owns close to 4.5%, they cannot participate much because they can't go beyond 5%. Same is the case with M&M as well. They're already sitting at 3.5%, so up to 5% they can buy. So close to 4.9 is what they can go up to. But beyond that, they will need regulatory approval as well. So, so the worry in the market is if this large block has to come, more investors has to come in, and maybe that explains, the stock is on 7% in today's trade. In fact, there is a lot of shorting as well in anticipation of this news. So if this doesn't come in the next few days, maybe you'll see a bit of short covering as well.
Yeah, RBL Bank is quite a big move. You can't ignore 6-7% down. Thank you, Nimesh, for all of the details over there. And Nigel, yeah.